Hello, and thank you for listening to WRYAT, New Orleans' fifth-ranked public radio station. As always, we're broadcasting live from a prefabricated Home Depot shed located off of South Carrollton by the Popeyes.
Coming up next on WRYAT, ASMR Snack Chip Review.
Hello everyone, it's me again. I don't know if you expected to hear me, but I'm back. Lots changed in these years. Those are my friends in the hot tub next door. If you haven't noticed, I've adopted the new trend of streaming from a hot tub. I tried to get it as quiet as possible so you could still hear every last crunch. Oh, I forgot. This is the Chip Whisperer, Anthony Scontrino. That's my name. Oh, sorry. I startled myself. The bubbles, they tickle ever so lightly. Okay, we've got some exciting entrants today. The bag is slippery. I'm gonna try to make sure it doesn't fall out and soak all of my chippies. Oh! Now this flavor is a Lay's Summer BLT. Oh, that stands for summer. Bacon, lettuce, and tomato. Now what makes it a summer BLT? Perhaps they expect you to eat these in a hot tub. Oh, you're in luck. Here we go for the sniff test. Oh. Distance. How wonderfully magical. Let's try a taste. Listen closely, because here comes the crunch. It's a decent chip. You know, you've had so many Lays, at some point they start tasting sort of similar. You ask yourself, why do you do it? Why do you go back every time? Searching for that one that'll change your life, the lives of others, the way we live in general. It's not this. No, listeners, it's not this one. But I'll go in for a second crunch nonetheless. You shouldn't eat chips with wet hands. Oh, I think I taste some of the chlorine. Moving on to our second chip. Oh, exotic. Oh, exciting. Takis Blue Heat. I don't think I've ever in my years had a blue chip. No, dang it. That's not right at all. Blue corn tortilla chips. I thought I had something exciting here, but let's see. Either way. There was a sign on the top of the chip pointing up to an easy open. I eschew that easy open technology to get the full soundscape. These look rancid. is a regular taki. As far as I can tell from remembrance of Taki's past, they're just covered in an off-putting blue dust. Blue like the ocean. Summer. I hope you're all having a great summer. I'm gonna sink below the water now until I return. Crunch you later.
From the people who brought you Ghost Roast.
Ghost! Oh, Ghost! Where you at, you stinking specters?
Here, I got an idea.
And only recently graduated from Tulane.
Hey, Marie Laveau, you should put a voodoo spell on me to make me care about who you are.
We bring you Ghost Roast walking tours. That's right, ghost hunters Zach and Chad will take you on your very own personalized spooky experience to all the hot spots within walking distance from their uptown apartment.
Right on, dude. You really burned that witchy bitch. No pun intended.
There's more to our world than what we see. There's a world beyond. And for a small fee, Zach and Chad will guide you as they find those that lie in that unearthly realm, and then trash talk the hell out of them with you.
Now we're coming up to the bar where an infamous New Orleans deceased tragically died from a cocaine overdose.
So who wants to roast the lead singer of 90s rock bands Blind Melon's Ghost first?
Me. Oh, me. Can I do it?
Don't miss out on the experience of an after lifetime. Live the Ghost Roast experience live and book your Ghost Roast walking tour today.
Make fun of dead people and try not to piss off Sheriff Harry Lee on the Ghost Roast walking tour.
And now, WRYAT is proud to present an exclusive Y'all Things Considered documentary.
My name is Ari R. Murrow. I'm a radio journalist for WRYAT, and I recently moved to New Orleans from my hometown of Portland, Oregon. I just bought a house in the residential Mid-City area, and I've been very excited to settle in and see what all the Big Easy has in store for me. While known for its round-the-clock nightlife, vibrant live music scene, and spicy singular cuisine, the only way to truly experience life in NOLA is by living life in NOLA, which many of its citizens have done their entire lives. The New Orleans locals are not shy about showing their love for this city's authenticity, and it didn't take long for this new NOLA resident to notice how they show that love. It's on display on the front porches of their houses every day, flapping in the form of an authentic New Orleans porch flag. I'm Ari R. Murrow, and this is Flags of Our Porches. Every house on the block of my new neighborhood comes with a front porch, and more importantly, a porch flag. The flags themselves come in all manner of shapes and sizes and are adorned with a wide variety of designs that range from something as simple as a black and gold New Orleans Saints logo, complete with the fleur-de-lis, or the white silhouettes of a dancing jazz band juxtaposed against a tie-dye background to commemorate the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival, also complete with a fleur-de-lis. Whatever the flag may depict, each one advertises the same thing, an authentic NOLA filled with authentic people. It wasn't long before I wanted a porch flag of my own, but I hadn't any idea of where to begin. The beautiful pieces of fabric rippling before the entrances of every neighboring home were all wonderfully distinct from one another, and as a New Orleans neophyte, I did not want to do the authentic people of this city a disservice by being the transplant who flew the wrong flag in front of their provincial faces. I could not trust my own instincts to pick out a proper flag, but I knew who could. My neighbors. On the front porch of the residence next to mine, a flag proudly waves, and imprinted upon it is a single exclamatory sentence. That's NOLA, baby, complete with a fleur-de-lis in place of the dot and the exclamation mark. The owner of this porch flag, and the house it's attached to, is a man named Tom. I caught up with Tom to ask him a few questions about what his porch flag meant to him as a New Orleans native.
My name is Tom, and I'm a geotechnical engineer. Look, my wife and I got ourselves this flag for our porch when we noticed everyone else in the neighborhood had a flag on their porches too. We just wanted to fit in better, appear more authentically NOLA, you know.
Ah, so your porch flag isn't really something with deep familial or cultural ties to the city then?
No, well, my wife just likes it because it says, "That's NOLA, baby," and I don't want to argue with her.
I see. Well, regardless, it still does an effective job of expressing the city's authentic spirit, which I'm sure at least influenced you or your wife's decision to get the flag as New Orleans natives.
Oh, we're not New Orleans natives.
You're not?
Nah, the missus and I moved here from Syracuse about a year and a half ago. Snatched this place up while the market was still good. Area's been developing nicely, so we figured we could just wait it out a couple years down here and then trade up and move somewhere we actually want to live. I don't know, like Seattle?
Oh. Well, if you weren't from here originally and don't intend on staying here for very long, why was it important for you and your wife to appear authentically NOLA, as you put it?
Because we thought everyone else on this block was from NOLA. But here's the kicker. None of them are. So we got this stupid flag for nothing.
Wait, no one who lives on this block is a New Orleans native?
Nah. I think the longest anyone's lived here is Miss Jenkins up the street. And she's been here since, I think 2018, I want to say. She got herself a porch flag to look more like a real New Orleans resident, which then attracted the next person who moved here. Bobby, I want to say, and he got his porch flag, and so on and so forth. And now that everyone's property value is just going up, we're all looking at making out pretty good after we flip these son of bitches.
Aha. I understand wanting to make a profit, of course, but does anyone in our neighborhood actually want to live in New Orleans?
Oh, hell no. This whole fucking city's going to be underwater in like 10 years. Don't you read the news?
While Tom's revelation that none of my NOLA neighbors could be considered authentically NOLA was disappointing, I was still undeterred in my journey to find the authentic NOLA, and by extension, the authentic NOLA porch flag. It wasn't long before I found myself in uptown New Orleans, driving past house after house furnished with porch flag after porch flag. I came to a stop at a shotgun-style home on St. Charles Avenue, where I caught sight of a resident outside attaching the municipal flag of New Orleans into a flagpole bracket on the front porch. It's difficult to imagine a more authentic NOLA flag than the authentic NOLA flag, which comes complete with 3 fleurs-de-lis. So I decided to speak with the woman who chose to fly it in front of her house. Her name was Charisse.
My name is Charisse, and I work in property management. I am also a proud New Orleans native.
Was it pride in the city that motivated you to festoon your front porch with the official flag of your birthplace?
I just put the flag out there to make the house appear more authentically NOLA for prospective tenants.
Tenants?
Mm-hmm. My family's firm owns a ton of places all over the country, and I manage our New Orleans properties. They're mostly in uptown and are usually rented out to out-of-state college students who move here to attend some expensive universities like Tulane or Loyola. Their parents are of a certain means, and we're more than happy to provide housing for their children in exchange for their certain means.
Why would affluent students from out of state care if a house appeared authentically NOLA or not?
Well, most of them come to school down here because they want to make New Orleans part of their identity. You know how kids are. So having a little touch like a porch flag makes the property more distinct and gives them the appearance of being authentically NOLA. And they usually don't stay in one of our properties for more than a year anyway. They move out, and then batch of new students starts moving down for the next school year, and that normally coincides with our annual rent increase.
Well, I guess that makes sense. So, Charisse, where do you live in New Orleans?
My husband and I have a place in Audubon.
Well, that area is authentic NOLA. Tell me, in your Audubon neighborhood, do all of the residents have flags on their front porches?
Oh, God, no. No one does. That would be so tacky. Besides, we only stay in NOLA property a few months out of the year. My family's firm is headquartered in Portland, so that's where we usually hang around.
Oh, wow, I'm actually from Portland.
Really? What the hell are you doing down here?
I moved down here for work.
Sweet baby, why would you do that? This whole fucking city's gonna be underwater in like 5 fucking years. Don't you watch the news?
Well, Charisse's revelation that her family's business used porch flags to advertise a false version of New Orleans to appeal to people who aren't from New Orleans was disillusioning. I still knew in my heart that that false version of New Orleans had to be based on something authentic, and I was going to find that authentic NOLA, even if it took me into the heart of Gentilly, which is of course where I traveled next. Almost immediately, I came across a house with a front porch packed full of flags. This particular porch sported a spectacular array of banners that included no fewer than all of the flags that my neighbors fraudulently flew in front of their houses, as well as some others that I had not yet encountered, such as a flag with a yellow background and a smiling cartoon crayfish wearing a chef's toque that read, "Always Boilin'," and an American flag with the traditional red, white, and blue coloration of the stars and stripes replaced with the colors purple, yellow, and green. Even on the front door of this house, the knocker took the shape of the famous fleur-de-lis. It was readily apparent to me that whoever lived here had to be the most authentic New Orleanian of all. His name was Glenn.
My name is Glenn, and I'm an online entrepreneur. I was born and raised in the city of New Orleans, Louisiana.
Glenn, are you someone who knows the city's rich culture and history inside and out? Someone who is an indelible part of the city's community? Someone who buys a flag for their front porch to announce loudly and proudly that they are from New Orleans, that they live in New Orleans, and by God, they are New Orleans?
If by live in New Orleans you mean stay in this house down here 1 month a year, then sure.
You only stay in this house for 1 month per year?
Yep, I live in California. The rest of the year I rent this place out. Hell, all the places on this block out. As Airbnbs, you know.
God, well, that figures. And you keep all those NOLA porch flags out front because...
Well, my company makes them. I run a website called flyovernola.com where you can buy all kinds of New Orleans-themed flags. You've probably seen them all around town. That's how I was able to buy all these houses, actually. The Airbnb thing is just a side hustle, but I do find that sticking my flags in front of my properties is more appealing to tourists who want to have an authentic NOLA experience.
So you make all these flags, and you're someone from New Orleans who grew up here, and you're just okay with selling out its culture like this to people who view it only as a novelty?
Whoa, listen, man, I grew up here. Everyone who comes to this city with money to throw around is just looking to get rich quick and get out quicker. So while they're here, why not have them throw some of that money my way? You know, these people would never physically go to a store here, so that's why I set up a website to sell them New Orleans flags, but made them look like local to appear more authentically NOLA. Pretty good, huh?
I guess. I just always had this idea that New Orleans was one of the last authentic American cities. It had a unique and rich culture all its own. But how can New Orleans have any authenticity left if everything that once made it authentic has just been commodified into meaningless souvenirs and auctioned off to whoever wants to exploit the city next?
Beats me. Hey, you want to buy a porch flag?
Sure.
Oh, great. You can just pull up our website on your phone there. That's flyovernola.com and just pick the flag you like, place your order, and we'll have it shipped out to you from our warehouse in Sacramento.
Oh, come on!
What? I couldn't keep the warehouses here. This whole fucking city's gonna be under fucking water in like 3 fucking years. Don't you listen to the news?
My journey to represent an authentic NOLA with an authentic NOLA flag as a NOLA transplant having come to an end, I now sit in a rocking chair on my front porch sipping a strawberry Abita beer and pondering over what I've learned from this whole experience. Either New Orleans has become a shell of its former self, or perhaps there is no former self, and instead it's always been this haven for greedy hucksters who are all buying and selling a culture that never truly existed to one another. A never-ending cycle to make big, easy bucks as the city slowly erodes away with no indication of any help on the horizon. I struggle to articulate how I truly feel about the authentic NOLA, but my recently purchased porch flag does not share this problem. Even as it flaps in the breeze, I can still make out the message emblazoned in black impact font upon plain white fabric. That's NOLA, baby. Complete with a fleur-de-lis in place of the dot and the exclamation mark.
This has been a Y'all Things Considered exclusive documentary. Thank you for listening.
We now pause this programming for station identification and remind you that you are tuned in to WRYAT New Orleans Radio. Learn more about our programming online at WRYATradio.com and follow us on Instagram at WRYAT Radio. As always, you can listen to this and previous radio broadcasts on Spotify or anywhere else you download or stream podcasts. Thank you for tuning in to WRYAT New Orleans Guerrilla Radio.
God damn it, there's one of them in my Capri's. Look, I bought that.
Jesus, Ronnie, the harder this gets for you, the easier it gets for me. Let's kill the fucking thing.
Turn it off, turn it off, turn it off!
No, you know damn well that it's just a demon that's taking the form of Ma. Fuck you, demon mother!
I saw a catfish eating a baby.
Hey, y'all. Welcome to Fleur de Lis Fashion Files. I'm Lily, your resident expert on all things fashion here in NOLA. Today's episode will be about one of my most requested topics from all my followers, friends, and family from out of town, and that is where to shop, dine, and entertain yourself when visiting NOLA. I'm very excited to get to that, but before we do, I just wanted to give a shout out to everyone who reached out to me after the last episode on death. I was so touched by all of your DMs and comments, and so many of y'all let me know that you've been in similar situations where somebody died and it was totally not your fault, but you got blamed for it anyway, including some of my brothers and sisters in the law enforcement community. I just wanted to say it really made me feel less alone, so thank y'all.
So, if you listen to the show, you are no doubt aware that my forte is shopping, and NOLA's got no shortage of great places to run up debt on your husband's credit card. Just kidding, Hubs. Doug doesn't even have a credit card. He couldn't get approved. Anyway, so as y'all know, with shopping, you want to go somewhere that gives you the most options in a small area. But if you're going to NOLA, you're also going to want to get some stuff that you can't get anywhere else. That's why I always recommend my favorite New Orleans shopping destination, the Target on Vets. I'm just kidding, y'all. It's pronounced Target. I know we speak French around here, but we ain't that French, y'all. So Target's always got the latest styles. Their designer collaboration collections are a way to try on some high fashion without breaking the bank, which I love and which Doug loves too. And not only that, you can do all kinds of shopping because they also have really cute homewares, lots of seasonal decor, which of course I love as a big fan of seasons and the passage of time. And they also have groceries, so you can knock out your weekend shopping all in one go. And did I mention that this Target has 2 stories? You can traverse them via escalator. That's right. They have an escalator for you and an escalator for your cart. Isn't that wild? This is as high class as shopping gets in New Orleans. So for anyone looking for fun fashion here in NOLA, make sure you send them to the Target on Vets. And tell them Lily sent you. Of course, if there's one thing New Orleans is world-renowned for, it's its native cuisine. Now, some of the traditional Cajun dishes, such as gumbo and étouffée, are a bit too spicy for little old me. But y'all know I got a sweet tooth, and there is no sweeter spot for that sweet tooth than Café du Monde on Vets. Now, this ain't the original location, which I know is going to get some of you purists all up in arms, but for the tourists visiting NOLA, the Café du Monde on Vets is easier to get to than the one in the French Quarter. There is less crime in Metairie than there is in the French Quarter. And it's much easier to park your truck or SUV at the Café du Monde on Vets than it is in the one in the French Quarter. They got a whole parking lot out front. Now, what Café du Monde specializes in is a local delicacy called a beignet, which, for those of you who don't know, it's kind of like a powdered sugar donut that's shaped like a bullet. And it goes down easy like a bullet, too. It's like light and flaky, and of course, the best part is drowning those puppies in a mountain of powdered sugar. They also sell coffee, I guess, so you can wash it down. But if you don't particularly like the taste of coffee, like I don't, you can tell them go light on the coffee and heavy on the sugar and cream. Café du Monde on Vets is a great place to stop in for a meal or for a snack when you're staying in NOLA. And have I mentioned the littles love it too? If you're gonna bring them though, you're gonna want to make sure to pack them full of the sugary sweetness that can only be found at the Café du Monde on Vets. Now, of course, the best way to relax and entertain yourselves in New Orleans is with a nice frozen drink, and usually with a little splash of something extra, if you know what I mean. If you listen to this show, you probably know we specialize in daiquiris and snowballs around here, and there's a lot of places you can go to get your fix. But my favorite is this little hidden gem, and like all my other picks, it is centrally located to the city. It's kind of a hole in the wall, but it's got the best frozen drinks around, and you can even use one of my patented Lily lifestyle hacks to make it adult friendly. I'm telling you, this place is great, but it's a little bit out there, y'all, a little off the beaten path, but you won't forget this place after you've been there, and you won't forget the name after I tell you. And that name is Shell Service Station on Vets and Causeway. The great thing about this little spot is it's all self-service. You walk right in. They got their frozen drink options along the wall. I think they call them ices. You just walk over to where the icy machine is and grab a cup of your preferred size. I, of course, like to go large because we live large here in NOLA. And you can choose from one of a few fabulous flavors. I think they got strawberry and Coke, sometimes blueberry. You pour it all yourself and take it to the counter to check out. It's usually only $1 or $2, so it's affordable. And while you're at that counter, if you want to make this adult friendly, you just ask that nice cashier behind the counter if you can have one of them little bottles of spirits on the wall right behind him. And you just go ahead and pour that spirit on into your drink. Stir it up with your handy straw. and then you have yourself a nice, relaxing adult beverage for your drive home on the Causeway. Or to Kenner, depending on where you're staying when you're visiting the Big Easy. Wherever your journey of NOLA ends up taking you, make sure it includes a stop at the Shell service station on Causeway and on Vets. Well, all right, y'all. Now y'all know some of the best spots for fashionistas and culturistas like me in this here New Orleans. So I hope your trip to the Big Easy is full of food, fashion, and fun. And if you happen to stop in at any of these spots, make sure you tag me on Insta at official_Lily_Lexi June Landry, the real Lily. This is my latest and greatest account, y'all, so make sure you now follow it. Now that I'm back on the gram, after my last account was deleted at the request of my lawyer for reasons I can't even remember, and also were not my fault. Thanks for listening, y'all, and have fun visiting NOLA.
Are you a kid, or do you know a kid who likes sports but lacks the physical prowess or drive to sacrifice their body and mind for a game? Then register today for the No Sports Kids Camp, where you or that kid you know can develop their skills as a general supporter of athletics. We offer a wide variety of programs including baseball field raking, turf management, ball boy, bat girl, water person, court mopping, screaming and clapping, tailgating, face painting, taunts and trash talk, coordinated cheers, sign making, ticket scalping economics, and even learning the basic rules of your favorite sport. We here at the No Sports Kids Camp know that not all kids were destined to play sports, but everyone can be a supporting figure in the sports marketplace. From fans to field managers, we'll bring out the most we can in you or that kid you know in the name of sports. That's the No Sports Kids Camp, taking place at multiple off-season sports complexes in the GNO area. Register online at WRYATradio.com today.
Hey, this is Ronnie D'Amico.
And this is Donnie D'Amico.
And we host a radio call-in show called Boat Talk here on the WRYAT network, where we answer all your boat or boat-related questions.
For years now, fans all over the region have been telling me and Ronnie, Donnie and Ronnie, we love listening to Boat Talk, but what we'd really love is a Boat Talk live experience with the real Donnie and Ronnie, and demonstrating their expertise and whatnot.
Well, wait no more, fans of ours, because Donnie and I are launching our very own live tour in an attempt to capitalize on our city's shameless relationship with the tourist industry.
That's right, Ronnie. We're calling it the Ronnie and Donnie Boat Talk Live Anime Tour Experience. And it's happening here, live, on alternating weekends at our house this fall.
Have you ever wanted to get into anime but found it too intimidating or overwhelming and just didn't know where to begin? Well, Donnie and I have years of experience watching the stuff, and we're going to guide you through what we consider to be the most important animated works in the country of Japan. Donnie and I have years of experience watching the stuff, and we're going to guide you through what we consider to be the most important animated works the country of Japan has to offer. And by the time the tour's over, you'll have become an otaku yourself.
What's an otaku, you may ask? The answer to that question and many more await you at the Ronnie and Donnie Boat Talk Live Anime Tour Experience, where up to 5 to 10 guests, no more, no fewer, will gain entry to our humble Chalmette abode, all of them arriving no later than 5 o'clock a.m. on a Saturday and leaving no earlier than 9 o'clock p.m. the following Sunday for a weekend chock full of anime series, movies, manga, you name it. If Japan animated it, we're tackling it. From Akira to Z Gundam.
Get your tickets today at www.wyratradio.com. The little slashy line, Boat Talk, little slashy line, Ronnie and Donnie Boat Talk Live animated tour experience. All of them non-refundable. We ain't offering room and board outside of watching the anime. But there's plenty of Air BnBs and the like, around the neighborhood, and the account of this, the city's shameless relationship with tourism industry and all.
You want to provide your own food and drink too. Ronnie and I don't got the time to go through everyone's particular dietary needs and accommodate accordingly. When we're not busy hosting our show with these tours,
We're busy out there, in the beautiful and varied bodies of water in the Gulf South. Boating. That is what we're experts in after all. I mean, that's how come we got a show called Boat Talk.
So go online, get those tickets, book a spot nearby, and come and join me and my brother for an exciting weekend's worth of all the animes that the human body can handle for one sustained sedentary session.
See you on the house.
See you on the house.
How's everybody doing? Oh, that's so good to hear. Today is a very special day. I'm out of the studio and I'm saving the arts. I'm at a fancy concert. I have WRYAT's own host of Sunday Morning Tune-Up, Mr. Fernando Cosmo LeBlanc. Thanks for the invite. So, this is what you do when you're not in the studio?
Yes, Loop. I play the squeeze horn, second chair at the New Orleans Philharmonic Orchestra.
Ooh, that's so nice. I had no idea that my Uncle Phil had a harmonica orchestra that you played with. Could you please play your squeeze horn so me and the listeners at home, could you just hear how it sounds? Just a little something before we go too deep into this conversation?
Well, first of all, it's Philharmonic. But yes, I can.
Oh, perfect.
You really need the other players in the orchestra to hear what the piece I was playing there was, but I hope that was sufficient. Anyway, Loop, we are holding a concert at the end of the month to raise money to save our symphony.
Oh, how can we help then? Have the sales been bad? People just getting the milk chocolate ones and not the ones with all the toffee and the almonds because they get stuck in your teeth, and that's a nightmare.
No, Loop, not the candy bar. We're talking about the symphony, the Philharmonic Orchestra here. The candy bar is doing fine. I was hoping we could spread the word about the Philharmonic Orchestra on social media. We even have a hashtag to search.
Okay, that sounds good. Also, what is a hashtag?
Hashtag is something that you can search for on social media. It's a £sign followed by keywords. Ours is hashtag Vivaldi October 13th through the 18th.
I'm sorry, Mr. Let me see if I got that. It's hashtag Vivaldi October 13th through the 18th.
No, Loop. The $sign is the hashtag. You don't need both of them. You're gonna confuse people.
I don't want that. Please say it again, but real slow so we can get this right.
Okay, Loop. But the symphony is going to be starting soon, and we have to play this game to raise money for the symphony. I'll say the hashtag one more time. I'll even write it out for you. Hashtag VIVALDIOCTOBERTHEETHROUGHTEENTH.
Okay, I heard all of that. Let me see if I can read it, though. Hashtag VIVALDIOCTOBER.
Yes, yeah, that's good. You got it. Look, we need to start this game soon. We have to raise some money for the symphony. I have to warm up before the concert starts, so I'd like to begin.
Well, I do love games almost as much as I love music. Tell me, what do I need to do? And then I want to play.
Well, okay, Loop. I have 3 cards. On each card, there are 2 names of songs. What I need you to pick is the classical piece of music. If you pick correctly, the New Orleans Philharmonic Orchestra will receive $50 from WRYAT Pirate Radio. If you get all 3 right, we'll receive an extra $50 for a grand total of $200.
Well, my knowledge is just like life. Trivial. Let's do this. Plus, I got the envelope of cash for you.
Loop, that's... You know what? Let's really do this. Okay, first question. Symphony number 3 in E-flat major, Erotica, by Ludwig van Beethoven, or Mambo number 5 by Lou Bega?
Dang. Okay, hold on. I thought this would be real easy. Mambo number 5, because I heard that.
No, Loop, that's incorrect. Please try and focus.
Promise.
All right, second question. Symphony number 41 in C major, Jupiter, written by Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, or 25 to 6 to 4 by Chicago?
Well, Chicago's in a city and also a musical, and musicals are plays with songs, so I'm gonna go with 25 to 6 to 4 as my answer.
No, Loop. It's the one with symphony in the title. Written by Mozart. You don't know? Please, just try and really focus here. This is the last question.
Okay, it's all or nothing.
Yeah, we're really shooting for it all here, Loop, so please. Final question. Ride of the Valkyries by Richard Wagner, or Sympathy for the Devil by the Rolling Stones? And we really are short on time here. This is your final answer. Whatever you say next, I have to count as your answer.
Fool me once, shame on you. But fool me twice, shame on me. So the answer is bittersweet. Symphony for the Devil by the Rolling Stones, because it has symphony in the title.
What if I fool you 3 times? Fuck, Loop! I can't count that. we don't have any money for the symphony.
Oh, I am so sorry. I really did try, Mr. LeBlanc. Well, this has been more fun for me than it has been for you.
Yeah, you can say that again.
Okay, and I hope the listeners at home learned a thing or two about the symphony music and that hashtag Vivaldi, October 13th through the 18th doesn't have to be set out. You can just say it. Till next time, listeners. Hey, I got this money in the envelope. You should just take the...
What the fucking money?
Just take this money.
Get the fuck out of here.
Okay, but take the money.
Just fucking leave me alone, Loop.
See you at the studio.
All right.
This is WRYAT New Orleans Radio. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.